my god, guys. Okay, I don't know if this is like too TMI. Alright, so for today's video, I decided to do a sit down video. I know that you guys are really used to my like day in the life vlogs and stuff like that. I want to give you guys kind of more or different content in case it's getting boring or repetitive. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see. I just want to do something fun because I know a lot of my Q&As are very like personal or they end up being very recovery based, but I'm a very honest and open person. I know that's not for everybody, but honestly, there's not much that's really off limits that I don't or wouldn't talk about. So we're just gonna talk about it. So I asked you guys on Instagram with that new like question feature, some TMI questions. So I have not read any of these. I don't know how juicy you guys got, but we will just jump right into it. Favorite sex position? I don't know if I have like a favorite. I feel like what gets me going is having multiple positions in the session. Does that make sense? I feel like it would be boring if you just did one position, but then again, some guys last only like 20 seconds. Do you think birth control pills ruin your body, make you gain weight? I know that the whole birth control topic is such a touchy subject, and I just want to say right now, like, you do you. But for me personally, I am not a fan of the birth control pill. I think I was on it when I was like 14 for maybe a year. Basically, I just had a really bad reaction to it, and then I did my research and I was like, shit, like this isn't really good for your body. And also it just, how it made me feel was terrible. Was losing your V card a really big deal for you? Honestly, guys, I think we make a big deal out of like the whole virginity thing. We shame people for losing it too early or too late. Go at your own pace. We make a very big deal about virginity when it's just like, we're meant to have sex, like we're humans, that's just natural. What is your sexuality? Asking because I saw the pride pic. I'll explain to you my sexuality and you can tell me what it is. Basically, I don't care who I love. Like, I'm not gonna let what you identify as stop me from liking you as a person. So I don't really know what sexuality that is, but if I like you as a person, like I'm just gonna like you regardless of like what you identify as. Was your first time painful? I don't think it was painful. I feel like I read all these stories and I was terrified. I feel like it wasn't painful, it was just kind of different. But don't scare yourself and like don't be afraid to say like, hey, it hurts, like find a new position or do something different. How do you feel about breast augmentations and do you want one? Like I said, from probably when I was like 13 years old, I'm getting my boobs done when I have enough money. Over the course of like probably this past like 2 years, I definitely do not want one. And the thing that changed my mind is not only have I just become more comfortable with myself, like I think that you can still get them and be comfortable with yourself, but a lot of my friends are getting them explanted, which means they're getting them removed because of complications or just like how they make you feel. And I'm kind of happy that I waited and didn't get anything because I just feel like right now I don't want something foreign in my body. And I mean, yeah, there are days where I do really wish that I had boobs, like in a bikini or when I'm wearing like a cute outfit. But at the end of the day, I think that there's perks to having big boobs and there's also perks of having like small boobs. You just have to like do what you want. Advice on dealing with fuckboys. Know your worth. Don't let guys talk down to you or think that you are just some object there for you to send them nudes or, you know, to have sex with. Like, I feel like when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of confidence. So I would just, when someone paid attention to me, I was like, okay, like, sure, have me, you can do what you want. And now I'm like, nuh-uh, we got standards. Say what's on your mind. Like, if you don't like the way someone is treating you or talking to you, or you think that they're using you for your body or whatever it is, talk to them, say something. And I mean, if they get mad, they're a fuckboy anyways. They're gonna be on to the next girl. How old were you when you lost your virginity? I knew somebody was gonna ask this question, and this question always kind of makes me a bit uncomfortable, but I told you guys I would be honest because I was very young. But I guess the only silver lining in it is that it was with Connor, who I'm still with today, like 10 years later. And yeah, we had sex for the first time when we were 12 years old, which is, oh, so bad. Don't kill me, Mom. How old were you when you had your first kiss? I must have been younger than 12, or maybe I was 12. It wasn't with Connor. I feel like it was with, I don't even remember. Guys, is that terrible? You guys are gonna think that I'm a hoe, but I honestly don't remember. I mean, it was a kiss. It was probably just like I pecked someone. If you had to get plastic surgery, what would you get? I would probably get a nose job. Apparently I have a big nose and I have a man nose, and I feel like because people told me that, it's like gotten in my head. So I always told Connor, I'm like, I'm getting a nose job. And I mean, I'm not gonna get a nose job. I have my dad's nose. I feel like it'd be disrespectful to get a nose job, but yeah, just something that if I had to get plastic surgery, I'd probably get a nose job to make my nose like a little bit smaller. But first time having sex tips. My number one tip is don't feel pressured. If you feel pressured, don't do it. When you feel pressured, not only are you gonna be hella nervous, it's gonna make for a really bad experience. And I guess be vocal with like what you want or what you don't want. If you don't like something, if you do like something, like don't be afraid to like speak up. Don't just like let them have at it and then you just pretend like you enjoy it, because that's not gonna make for a good time for anybody. Do you ever feel uncomfortable or embarrassed talking about your period with your significant other? I mean, for me, absolutely not. I feel like we're both mature. We're both very open people. I mean, it shouldn't be taboo to talk about your period. And like, I understand, yeah, there's boundaries. Some people don't like to be open, but I don't think that it should ever be weird or embarrassing to talk about your period. That's not something that you should be ashamed to talk about with your significant other. How many creeps do you get in your DMs? Oh honey, the limit does not exist. Was being intimate with your significant other hard to adjust to when your body changed in recovery? And yes, we are our own worst enemies and kind of like critics, when in reality, when someone is like making love to you, they are not looking at that stuff. Do you think sex is an important part of a relationship? I personally don't think that your relationship should be based on sex. I think sex is a big part of my relationship, but that's just because I enjoy that. I know for some people it's not a main part of a relationship, and that's fine. Sex can be very beneficial for a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily have to make or break a relationship. Is that booty real? Yes, 110%. People friggin' ask me all the time, guys, I don't have $15,000 to get butt implants. Okay, guys, if I did, I'd be spending it on going to Vegas probably. Do you have any fetishes? I don't know if I would call it like a fetish, but there are moods where, you know, I do like being a little bit rough. Sometimes I say things, or I'm just like, I get aggressive, or I want you to be aggressive with me. I feel like I have like a double personality sometimes. There are so many questions about my first time. So what was your first time like as an experience? It was definitely an experience because I didn't really know what to expect. It was in his basement at his mom and dad's house, and it was on his couch, a leather couch of all places. How do you deal with hate about your body? You know, I still have days where it really gets to me. I mean, most of the hate I get is obviously online. No one in real life would ever say the things they do to me that they say online. But at the end of the day, like, it's my body. Like, who cares if I gain 5 pounds, if I lose 5 pounds? Like, how does that affect you? And if you're happy with yourself, if you're confident with yourself, like, it really doesn't matter what those people think. And I'm trying very, very hard not to let those people like get inside my head. Weirdest place that you've done it. Okay, so if you guys watched the Q&A that Connor and I did, like the couples Q&A, we explained the weirdest place that we've done it, which was on a play structure at this school. We were out on like a run or whatever, and yeah, things just went down on a play structure. What part of your body is your biggest insecurity? The lower part of my body has always been my biggest insecurity, and now how I feel right now is the best, the most confident, the most comfortable I've ever felt with it in my entire life. But on bad body image days, it's also the first thing that I am very critical of and insecure about. I always second guess myself, like, oh, are my legs too big? Oh, I don't have a thigh gap. Oh, my thighs are huge. My butt's huge. I have cellulite. I have dimples. I'm very hard on myself. I have a love-hate relationship with it. Do you masturbate? Okay, guys, yes, of course. I feel like that is such a natural thing. Like, I have no shame in saying that, hell yeah, I do. I mean, it's just part of life, and like, I'm not ashamed of that, you know? Would you get tattoos on intimate parts? Are you asking me if I would tattoo my vagina? But no, probably not. Like, I find that's kind of like a waste of money, because who's really gonna see that? Like, okay, I feel like maybe I should answer some like lighter ones too, so this video isn't all like about sex, but also like sex ed video, what's up? How many little nuggets do you wanna have? Okay, I'm assuming you mean kids. I personally just want one, but Connor kind of is leaning towards 2, but I feel like I could do 2 as well. So either 1 or 2. Have you ever had sex with a girl? Yeah, I have, and I have no shame in saying that. Did Connor ever have any preferences with what he liked or how your body looked like? I have been severely underweight, and I also have been extremely healthy. And no matter what my body looked like, Connor was there supporting me, loving me, because he loves me for more than a body. And I think if someone is with you just because of how your body looks like, you probably don't want to be with that person. Connor said this to me before. He would love me if I gained 30 pounds or if I lost 30 pounds. Like, your body is not the sole main purpose of your relationship, or at least I don't think it should be. What do you think that Connor loves the most about you, Jen? I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I hope that he says like my personality or something. I don't know. maybe that I make him food. If you could marry a celeb, who would it be? Hands down, Demi Lovato. Hands down. Tell us all about your tattoos. Guys, do you want me to make like another tattoo video explaining all my tattoos? Because I'm so down. Are there famous people in your DMs? I wish that I could expose all my DMs, guys, but I can't do that. Have you ever used a menstrual cup? No, I have never actually used one, and I don't get mad at me right now because I know, okay, tampons and all that stuff is just like terrible for the environment. I know that. I don't really know like how they work or like the logistics of everything. So if you guys know about it, maybe like comment and tell me if it's good or not, or if they work, because I'm like so skeptical about them. But I really do want to switch to start using them because they're just like much better for the environment and stuff. All right, guys, so that's enough sex talk for one day, and hopefully you enjoyed this kind of video. But now you know a lot more about me that you probably maybe didn't care for or didn't wish to know, but now you know. So, and I hope that your parents weren't in the room while you were listening to this video. So that is it, that is all, and I will see all of you little beautiful nuggets in the next video.